we do is we bring out a bunch of different saddles and we meet with the client and their horses, and they pretty much just test ride in a bunch of different saddles, and then we get a good idea what they need and what they like, whether they like a deeper seat or a more shallow seat, whether they like a forward flap or a regular flap, all the little things that go into making the saddle that help support the rider in their position. And then from there we go look at the horses and then figure out what we need to do exactly so that the panel fits the horse perfectly. Some people like to sit really deep into their saddle. Other people, especially hunter riders and stuff, like to sit up out of their seat a little bit, more of a half seat. They prefer to have a flatter seat. These particular parts of the saddle are made specifically for the horse. And they'll cut all this perfectly to fit your horse's back, and then they'll create a tree inside on top of that for the rider. And then the rest of the saddle is basically made for the rider. Once the rider has ridden in a few different saddles and they choose the one that they like, and we get all of that information, we like to take a nice good look at the horse's back, and we generally like to feel and see if there's any sore spots, anything that we need to watch out for and help them with. We also like to take a good look at the wither. If it's a high, this is the wither here. If it's a high wither, a low wither, a wide one, we have to be really cautious of that particular part of their body so that none of the saddle actually hits it and clears that quite well. We also want to make sure that this saddle sits balanced. So we look at, is it a flat back? Is it like has a little bit more of an angle to the back? We have to create a little bit more of an angle in the panel so that it fits well. Then you also, once the saddle's on, and we put a girth on so we can see how it actually is sitting on the horse, we want to just make sure that the balance of the saddle is correct and is sitting on the horse correctly, and it's distributing the weight properly. The saddles are the most important piece of equipment you're going to buy for your chosen discipline.